What is going on, all you YouTubers and Titanfall fans? I've got some kind of awesome information for you guys today. Basically, there's been some leaks on NeoGAF for Titanfall. I think somebody's got PC files. I think it's a Razer UK, the NeoGAF member was. So, nice shout out to NeoGAF for this information. If it's true, it's not 100% sure it's true, but I kind of am thinking towards the way that it is legit, and I'll explain why in a second. But I'll put links in the description, guys, so you can go and check this out at NeoGAF and just have a little look at some of the weapons. I'll just be showing you the weapons that I've got images for, and weapons that aren't necessarily in the beta, but some are, but you can't just equip. But I'll explain that in a second. So we'll start off with the two weapons, well, three weapons that you will be able to get within the beta, but you won't just be able to equip straight off. You'll actually be able to equip these via burn cards, and they're kind of rare. I've actually got gameplay for the mag launcher and the KRAB and the Spitfire as well, but that was kind of a fail. But anyway, let's just go through some of the weapons, and I'll put the images on screen as I talk about them, and you can let me know what you think in the comment section, whether you think this is legit. I've got the maps as well, guys, which I'll do in a separate video, and Titan weapons. I'll do those in separate videos. You can let me know what you think in the comment section, whether you think it's legit or what. So let's get into it. So the first weapon we're talking about is a primary weapon, and that's the KRABER, or the KRABER-AP sniper rifle. And now this is another one that you can get in the beta. So I'm kind of, this is the reason why I'm leaning towards, I think it is actually legit. So the KRABER fires a unique round that ensures one shot kill results against human scale targets. However, considerable judgment in leading is required, making this a difficult weapon to use against moving targets. On the scale, its damage is maximum, its accuracy is about halfway, and its range is maximum, and it's got a magazine capacity of 5. So by the sounds of that, it's going to be a high damage weapon, but it's probably going to have a lot of recoil and kind of take a decent sniper to control and use effectively. So we're going to move on to the next weapon now, and this is the one that I've got gameplay for, and I will show you in another video, guys, and that is an anti-Titan weapon, and it's a mag launcher, and you can get the amped mag launcher. And the mag launcher fires magnetic grenades when fired. The grenades will veer towards nearby enemy Titans, inspectors, detonating on impact. Basically, when you fire these, they look like Semtexes a little bit, and you just see them bleeping off, and it's a little bit like the launcher from was it Black Ops? Was it Black Ops 2? I think it was in. There was a sticky launcher, was it? I think it was in Black Ops 2. But it's pretty similar to that. The damage is decent. The accuracy is not exactly special, but you've got the actual effect of them magnetising towards Titans, so that's kind of awesome. Its range isn't anything special, and it's got a magazine capacity of 5. Right, so we're going to move on to another weapon that's in the beta that you can get through burn cards, and that is the Spitfire LMG. So the Spitfire light machine gun recoils heavily when first fired, which I definitely can vouch for, but quickly settles into a tight firing pattern. The manufacturer strongly recommends sustained saturating fire instead of short controlled bursts. So this is going to be an LMG that there's no point going into burst fire with and trying to pick people off like that, because that's where you're going to see the most of your recoil. It settles down once it gets into its fire mode, and it's saying that long bursts of fire are going to do the most damage. It's got a magazine capacity of 80, which is a little low usually for an LMG, but maybe you can get some extended magazines on that. The damage isn't exactly anything special. The accuracy isn't exactly all that as well, and the range and the fire rate, looking at these stats, don't exactly look anything special. When I did use it myself, I didn't think it was the best of weapons, but we'll see when the game drops. So we're going to move on to the weapons now that aren't in the beta, that are going to be in the full launch, that you won't have seen being able to use, and you just won't see any gameplay at the minute unless it's leaked gameplay. So we're going to move on to the G2A4 rifle. This is a primary weapon as well, and it looks kind of awesome as well. It looks a little bit like an MK14 style weapon, so let's have a little look. In spite of recent advances in weapons technology, the older G2A4 semi-automatic rifle remains a favourite of special forces units due to its high damage and extremely precise fire, a testament to its high level of craftsmanship. So, craftsmanship, that's what I meant to say. So yeah, it is. It looks like it's semi-automatic, pretty similar to an MK14 EBR or a FAL type weapon. Its magazine capacity is 14. Damage looks high, accuracy looks good. Range doesn't look that special, and fire rate, well, I would have thought the range would be a bit higher for that sort of thing, but we'll see. We don't know if this is all fact. This is leaked information, so take it with a pinch of salt, guys. But definitely check out the links in the description so you can get your own judgment on things. And we're going to move on to the next weapon now, and that is the C.A.R. SMG. So that kind of looks kind of an awesome weapon as well. Looks like it's got a built-in foregrip. So the C.A.R. Combat Advanced Round Submachine Gun is designed to fire a more powerful round that provides greater damage and accuracy at range at the cost of a fire rate and capacity. So it looks like it's a smaller magged SMG with a lower rate of fire, but it seems like it's got a lot more range on it and a little bit more accuracy. So that seems like that might be right up my street. I prefer a bit more accurate type SMGs. It's got a magazine capacity at 30. So that's the C.A.R. SMG. So let's move on to the next one now, and that is the sidearm, which is the B3 Wingman, which looks a lot like a revolver on steroids. It looks kind of awesome actually. So the B3 Wingman is an extremely powerful revolver with high accuracy out to long ranges, well, high accuracy out to long ranges, sorry. Precise aim is required to mitigate the disadvantages of its very low fire rate. So it's going to have an extremely low fire rate, but a lot of damage at long ranges, which is kind of awesome, and its magazine capacity is 6. So that's the B3 Wingman. So let's move on now to the Hemlock BFR. This looks like an assault rifle on another one on sale. It looks like it's got a flamethrower at the front of it as well. So this is the Hemlock BFR assault rifle, I think, by the looks of it. The factory issue Hemlock fires a 3-round burst, so it's a burst rifle. While this can be a liability at short range, this trade-off allowed the engineers at TW Ordnance to deliver a weapon with good balance of long-range accuracy, damage and fire rate. So this seems like it's going to be the gun for picking people off at range, and we all know that in a lot of first-person shooters, 3-burst weapons can be extremely powerful in certain situations. Never usually the ones for up-close situations, but they can be extremely good weapons. It doesn't look like the damage is the best on it, but it's got a magazine capacity of 24. So that looks like that might be kind of an awesome weapon. It looks good, and it sounds like that might be... I don't know if it'll work within the Titanfall with all the crazy weapons that are in there, though. So we're going to move on to the next weapon now, and the last weapon in this list, guys, and that is the anti-Titan weapon, the charge rifle. I've heard the grunts talking about this in the game. You actually hear them sometimes. When are we going to get our hands on that new charge rifle? And the charge rifle fires an energy beam that inflicts massive damage. Holding the firing trigger charges the weapon. Timing is critical to its use. The weapon will only fire when it reaches full charge, and it will discharge automatically as soon as it hits full charge. So then it looks like this is going to be an extremely powerful weapon, but it's going to be difficult to use. You've got to wait for it to get to its full charge to be able to discharge it, and then as soon as it reaches its full charge, it will automatically discharge. So you've got to get your timing right with this by the looks of it. That might seem like it's going to be extremely powerful, but very difficult. Its damage is high, its accuracy is high, range is high, fire rate's low, and it says a magazine capacity is 500, so I don't know how much each beam will take of that 500. Maybe we'll see when the game comes out, obviously. If I get any more information on the pilot weapons, guys, I will let you know in another video. I'll do a video on the Titan weapons as well, and also the maps, guys. I've got information on the maps, and I'll let you know in the next video. So let me know what you think in the comment section about all the information I've gave you in this. What do you think? Do you think it's legit? Definitely go and hit the link in the description, guys. I've just knocked my cap on the floor. Check out the NeoGaf site, and you can let me know if you think it is legit. I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that it is, with the fact that there's weapons that are in the beta in the list, but you never know. Anyway, we'll see when the game drops. Let me know what you think of the video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and jump over to my channel and subscribe if you haven't already. And all I will say now is thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.